Welcome back to the Dealing Seconds podcast with the Cards and Beards crew. I'm Chris.
And I am Danny.
I am John.
By the way, John, Danny's back.
Danny's back.
Guess
Hold on,
who's
drum
back?
roll, please. Drum roll.
Guess who's back? I don't remember the rest of it. Yeah.
Back again.
Back again.
It's good to have the squad back. We're missing,
Yes.
we're missing James. I know he's still working on the little technical difficulties that he's trying to get set up and everything. But, hopefully very soon he'll be back. And by the way, James, it was your birthday the other day. Happy freaking
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday, James.
Yes. Another year older, another year wiser. Not really.
No.
Yeah, no. We'll just go with that. Well, might as well, since we're all back again, we might as well do something that we haven't done in a bit. A little Kickstarter reviews.
Yes, I love
Yes.
talking about Kickstarter.
I mean, it's always fun to talk about Kickstarter, talk about something that, most people in the community know about. Most people in the community are like, hey, they're waiting for new campaigns to roll out, or, they're waiting for their campaigns to be fulfilled that have been, like, some of them have over a year plus or will never get fulfilled. But we always hope that there's that little piece of hope and pray that it does fulfill. But then again, you never know.
No. And
You know,
sometimes you do know
Kickstarter.
you're never going to get that that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Benchmarks playing cards.
There are other
Smokers playing cards.
never will happen.
But anyway,
Will never happen.
I digress.
You digress. But you know what? That's a good segue, Danny. Talking about smokers.
Smokers by Bill Davis.
Yeah, let's. You know what?
What are we segueing into?
Well, why don't we just segue into this right now?
People that ride segways are lame. Okay.
They kind of are. We'll just go about it that way. So, might as well talk about the first deck here. It is the 11th Hour Gold Edition by Emily Slides 52
Dun,
with
dun, dun.
Funded.
Bill Davis. Already funded. I think the only reason why, and I think we've talked about this one in the past, in a past like Kickstarter review. I think the only reason why it got funded and is going to be fulfilled is because of Emily.
Yes.
Because she will take it into her own hands, and she has, already people that know her and respect her, that they know that when they order from her, they're going to get their decks.
Yes.
Whether it's through a Kickstarter or through her site, she will fulfill all her decks.
She delivers.
Always.
She's very open to communication.
Yes.
She's fantastic at that. I mean, this is she is now going into the territory of reprinting decks because she's selling out of her decks. That's amazing. Let alone her Kickstarter, always funding pretty much, but now she's redoing decks to re-release them because they're so popular, and that's where this comes in, right?
Yes. But you know what? Good on her, because it only shows that people do respect her and do like her work, and that she actually fulfills, which is the most important thing. Because if you have a couple decks that took you forever to fulfill, people might be like, we might pass. But the fact that she does fulfill on time, she keeps everybody in the loop. She doesn't, she keeps great communication. You could contact her anytime. She'll always hit you back up. She has the trust of the community, in my opinion.
100%. And I think the only reason this deck took a while to fund and it's just barely over the goal is because of the collab partner.
Yes,
Bill
I think.
Davis.
Yeah, I think because of Bill Davis, it gave her a little bit of a little bit of
sucks.
hesitation. It sucks because it's a great deck, but I think maybe she wanted to help someone out. But then again, you never know.
Yeah, I'm not sure the specifics. I've talked to her a few times, but I'm not going to divulge that conversation publicly out of respect for her. But I mean,
Exactly.
I have the V1 and I love it. The marking system is a bit to learn, but once you do, it's great. And it makes sense.
I mean, and again, it's only a week left on this campaign. Just go over it real quick while we're still here. A week left. They're simple, easy. They're just gonna go over the pricing real quick. One deck is $15. Retail is $20. You're saving $15. Saving $5 for $15. Three
Standard pricing.
standard pricing. Standard pricing. Save a little bit every now and then. But you know what? Good on her. She has funded. Excuse me. And she has 7 days to go. Don't know what else there might be going because she just got over $400 over at the time of recording this.
Well, hopefully, like with most campaigns that just barely, once they hit that goal, you should see a spike here in the next few days.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully, maybe she pulls out something interesting.
And if you're interested in the deck and you're kind of scared of Bill Davis, I can tell you 100% this is all Emily. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's been advertising.
Window.
She's been advertising it like crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And has he?
Nope.
No.
He's not. So this is 100% Emily's deck, and Bill Davis is there by name, I think. But if that's your only gripe, throw it away and go get it.
Yeah, Emily's good in the community. All right, we talked about that. Now going on to the next one. So the next one we're going to talk about is Tough Luck Playing Cards V2 by Doc's Playing Cards.
Yep. 10-day campaign.
Yep. The first thing about this campaign that he's funded 100%. He has 5 days to go. He's 15,000 over his funding goal, which is great. The one thing that stands out to me on this one is the fact that in the header it says 10 days only. Granted, we know it's 10 days because when you click on it, it's a 10-day campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really have to put that in the title. You're wasting a lot of like SEO space with that.
There's a lot of other stuff you could put there.
Oh, 100% playing cards.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
or nothing. Yeah.
Because honestly,
I get it. Yeah,
it's all about the SEOs, honestly, because you want to optimize your search, because you never know, somebody might be looking for something else on Kickstarter, and you want to be able to show up for that. And in your title, if you have certain keywords, whether it's the title or the subheading, you want to optimize that for search.
Right.
And whatever you could put in, especially with playing card community, you put USPCC or even playing cards, the printer, put that in there. It'll, in my opinion, help your optimization. But
and this is kind of funny because this is another redo of a V1, just like Emily's. Slightly different, and actually a little more slightly different, but different take on V1 because it was so successful.
Yes, a little bit of a recolor different.
Look at that, 350 backers. That's insane.
Yep,
that is an insane amount of backers.
I know John is one backer.
So am I.
I am as well. I actually bit the bullet and actually backed this.
Did you see his
the half brick? I got one of it. I did one.
$1 because you can't do things for free.
Yep, I did the $1 half brick.
A mystery half brick of their previous releases for free.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I'll take it.
and then here's the cool thing that they did is they decreased the shipping stuff down to offset that $1. I mean, if you're going to complain about $1 for the brick.
Yeah, for the half brick. I was like, that's what actually got me over there. I was like, you know what? I was debating getting a pair of these. I didn't go heavy on these. I just did a pair, the standard, just the regular one of each. But then when I saw the half brick, I was like, you know what? A half brick of cards for $1. I was like, done. It makes why not? It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. It's only $1. So scrolling down on this real quick, the first thing he put here is the stretch goals as a story. I personally hate this. I personally hate seeing this under story right at the front. I want to know about the cards themselves. Maybe right after the story, the quick snippet, then put that there, that you've hit certain stretch goals. But until then, I'm like, Then
how do you feel about when there's updates and stuff and they put that at the top above the story? How do you feel about that?
Well, updates have their own section right here as updates.
Right.
A lot of people already in Kickstarter that know about Kickstarter have the updates. But if you do further down into the campaign, you can have an update section, in my opinion. I wouldn't put that at the top because people who are looking into Kickstarter, they want to know what the thing is about. Keep that fresh. They don't want to have to scroll past all these new updates. They want to know what the deck is about or what the campaign is about. Give them that first. That's what they came to your campaign for first. And then you could say, hey, here's my campaign, and here's how we've already been funding. This is the stretch goals we've hit. These are my updates. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. But give them the information first.
It just feels extremely out of order.
It really does.
And it bugs what little OCD I have.
Same. I'm like, I just can't. But just scrolling through it, I mean, okay, granted, we'll see the stretch goals. Shadows upgrade to Legends, which I did see. Okay, now he's printing with Legends. Okay, for 33,000, great. There was this new House Ghost edition available when he hit 35. Really interesting. Tough Luck House V2, which is interesting at 40. Maybe it's further down the campaign.
Yeah, I believe that the house, that Tough Luck House, is the stuff that he kind of prints and just kind of gives away.
Yeah.
Stuff. That's what he did last time, but this time he's making he wants to make a small amount available to people to buy for those completionists.
Yeah. So real quick, as everybody sees here in the picture, I mean, if you've seen the campaign, it's a beautiful tuck case, and then the minis as well. So he has the standard size and the mini decks. I personally only, like I said, I only went for the pair of the standards.
Right.
That was just me.
I got the pair, or the completionist one, just one each minus the gilding.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm in for.
Yeah.
Doc and Brad have gotten so much of my damn money the last few months that I need to calm down just a little bit.
So here would be my only complaint.
Yeah.
I think I've only backed like 30 campaigns on Kickstarter so far.
Mm-hmm. Only 30.
Lucky.
So too many updates. Too many. I love updates, but
there are a lot.
You've been going for 5 days now, and how many? I don't. Let's see.
We're at how many updates? There's nine
updates. Now, I get like, you're announcing, hey, here's a stretch goal or here's this, but man, I mean,
yep.
It seems a bit excessive, right?
It does seem a bit excessive. But granted, he's trying to push a deck in 10 days, trying to get it funded. So I understand. Right. I understand what he's trying to do, but sometimes it could be overkill. It's almost like when you get emails from like certain companies, you're like, one email a day, you start getting tired of seeing the same email over and over again, so you might start unsubscribing.
I get it. I get it.
They get too much of your money.
The thing is, like, it's
overkill.
I feel like it's almost unnecessary. Like, I understand you're a 10-day campaign, and I understand you want to push funding and everything, but I think at this point, his decks are popular enough. I mean, heck, this is, like you said, considered almost like a V2.
Yeah.
I don't think you really need to. You don't need to aggressively push it as much as I think it has been.
And also because Tough Luck was so successful, it was an extremely successful V1 deck. I think he's trying to like piggyback on that.
Yeah,
I think in his case, also he has so many. 350 backers. They keep messaging him ideas and questions and stuff. And he's trying to appease everybody. So every time someone has a thought, he updates it and has to put out an update. So some of those updates I kind of get. But yeah, it is a little much. But he's also trying to please as many backers as he possibly can, which is kind of nice. But yeah,
it is. I can see
both. Crazy.
I can see both sides. It just seems a bit much.
I love the new kind of blue color on this back, though.
Yeah, that nice little, like almost like a royal blue.
Yeah.
It is a very sharp looking deck, that's for sure.
I mean, looking through here,
I love it. It's just.
I love the V1s. I thought the V1s were great. Like right there, as you can see, the Jokers with the backs. One's a bordered, one's borderless. I mean, classic. I mean, the same thing that what Jamie did with the Ink Beast. One bordered, one borderless. Yeah. I think this is a great way of going about decks. Like, if you want to do 2 decks, this is the way to go because some people love borders, some people don't like borders. So this is a great way to appease both of those collectors or playing card users. Right. Whether it be because these decks can be used for Magic. Like this borderless deck, perfect for that because it has a repeating style, can go really well. It reminds me of the Bees. It just gives me that.
This deck also screams. I want to play poker and stuff with it for some reason. Like that. This deck always had that feel to me.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is the one you want to bust out when you're with your buddies and you're smoking cigars.
Yeah.
And then card clips being made.
You don't see card clips that much.
And if I'm not mistaken, John, isn't Gavin doing these?
If I remember right, it is Gavin.
Yeah, I think
he keeps them to a 52 run.
Yep. So I think these are Gavin. So we actually just had. So guys, if you're watching this, our last episode, we actually had a great talk with Gavin Lowe. Sick plug right there. Listen to our last podcast. You actually hear the creator of these. Awesome guy. Super awesome guy. Down to earth. Definitely go.
Do you
like
this? Do you like this T-shirt?
The T-shirt looks super cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not getting one, but it is super cool.
The handkerchiefs are kind of an interesting.
See, the handkerchiefs would work
kind
for
of
me.
Interesting.
For me, it's cool. For me, having a handkerchief because me being a bigger guy, especially in New York when it's high humidity in the summer, I sweat a lot. So I always try to have a handkerchief to wipe myself down. So it'll be nice. That's actually a nice little touch. Oh, trust me, it's awful. I sweat. I sweat like a freaking pig, dude. Luckily I put a shit ton of underarm deodorant because I can stink. I'm like not.
It's kind of interesting that the handkerchiefs I see. So Tough Luck decks to me, I'm not very familiar with them. They seem like a very classy deck, right?
They have that look, yes.
When I think of a nice handkerchief, I think of a man in a suit.
Yeah.
kind of all goes together. So I could see could see this.
Yeah.
So
I can see it.
V1 right there.
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love these. These tucks are just really nice tucks. I just love it.
And like
So
like we've always said, Dan, like in the past, if you have extras of your V1s or extra runs in from your former campaign, put them on your campaign.
Yes.
Doesn't hurt. You have extras, sell them.
And you know what? And for a couple of reasons, because one, you might have new backers, right? And they might not want to go and buy them from a random site. Two.
Yep.
Being a creator, being kind of selfish, shit's already paid for, so that's just double profit.
Yeah.
That's you're dumb not to.
Yeah.
If you have them, do them. You know.
Me personally, if I did something like this, I would even offer these at a little bit of a discount, just a slight discount, because like you said, they're already paid for, and you know, might as well give them a slight, maybe $1 or $2 off.
So the hard thing is, when you add these on, there's no extra shipping, right? Unless he adds them in there, I guess.
No, there is. I think there's extra shipping. Like on add-ons, it actually says like the price plus shipping.
So if he's not adding shipping onto these,
then that makes sense. Oh, 100%, yes.
Yeah.
If there's no shipping added on these, perfect. But if there's a little bit of shipping, you know, or for any, like, whatever creator it is, like if you can, like if you don't do free shipping and you might take like $1 or $2 off the deck and just give shipping, it allows the customer or the person who's about to pledge, gives them that extra, like, hey, maybe this is a good reason why I should pledge, because I'm getting the V1s for a little bit cheaper, and I want to have the completionist set. You know, like some people are completionists.
Yep.
And you know what? I did not get to complete this collection, and that's why I got mad and I bought everything from Lore. Right? No, Four Clans.
Four Clans,
well, and
yep.
Lore.
And Lore.
But Four Clans. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna get all these ones because I'm so mad.
Now,
all right. So and then here's
saying,
fulfillment is this is a good thing to do. Fulfillment. I mean, the printer, of course, is USPCC. International fulfillment. It says right here will be gamblers, and then he himself will be doing domestic here in the U.S.
He's saying around a year, right?
He says these are probably going to be, let's see, July 2023 estimated delivery.
Yeah, so a year.
A year. I mean, but then again, with what happened with, you know, Erdnase and that being pushed back so much, I think that is why he might be taking the hesitation to be like, hey, I can release him before December or even by February. He's like, let me give myself a little extra time. You know, it's rather be later and deliver sooner than say, hey, I'm delivering it this time and then delivering it a year out. So because I think he learned.
The Erdnase, the Tut guy kind of screwed him over a little bit. So I'd be kind of scared too.
This is one thing I don't understand why he did. Credibility. Everybody knows docs right now. You know, I think this is just a little bit of overkill, showing your former campaigns and how you funded.
Look at Four Clans. Oh, look at the lucky playing cards though.
Four Clans, lucky playing cards. You know, it's like, but this is just overkill. Like showing all this, I think is just too much. You know,
in this age of a lot of campaigns not fulfilling.
Yeah, it's like
he's just trying to
show off. It's to me, it's like a little bit of a show off, and to me, that's just like a little bit too much. And I'm like, you know what? We know you're credible. People know who you are. So it's like, why show off? But yeah, I think you know what? Good on him, Doc. He already 351 backers. All three of us have backed your campaign. Congratulations. We're excited to see this. Hopefully, it delivers sooner rather than later, and hopefully, you know, communication stays open so we get a little bit more, you know, maybe not as much as we're getting now as updates goes along, but after it funds, maybe get like one update every maybe 3 weeks or so, you know, just let us know. It's like, hey, we're not printing yet, but we're in the queue, instead of being like, hey, it's been 3 months, guess what, we're almost about to print. Like, let us know, because the communication is great. It's like, it's almost like, hey, you're giving us all up front and then you got too comfortable and just got quiet. Like, just keep the communication rolling a little bit, and we're
that's
happy.
one thing.
And that's with any creator.
Does it.
Yeah, exactly. Any creator.
He's like, hey, there really isn't an update, but I'm at least updating you guys to let you know we're still at this point.
And
yes,
kind of
you know,
and
I'll let you know.
And you, Danny, you do that. Danny, you're great with that.
That's great.
Luke is great. Like, that's what we like. Like, don't overkill us with updates. Don't be like, hey, like what you like 9 updates in 5 days. You know, that's a little bit of overkill. maybe be like, hey, after it funds, maybe give us like one update every 2.5, 3 weeks. At least let us know.
I like, especially during that slow time when there's nothing, like literally there is nothing going on for like 3 months. There's
100%.
Like just a month check-in, like, hey, guess
yeah, exactly.
nothing's happening.
We're still waiting.
Just
as long as you know, as long as you tell us, hey, we're still waiting. Yeah. That's fine with us, and just let us know that way. Silence. Sometimes being silent and not telling us anything for like 2 months drives us freaking nuts.
Yeah, I don't think any campaign should go longer than a month. Once a month, even if it's just a check-in.
Yeah, at least once a month. At least once a month to check in. Like I said, every 3 weeks.
There's that lull, and especially if you're dealing with a printer you've never worked with before, or they're overseas and they're like, everybody's printing with them, so now they're starting to get backed up, like United States Playing Card Company.
Mm-hmm.
With United States Playing Card Company, when you send in your proofs, there's like 3 weeks to nothing going on there, and then once you approve it, then it's like almost 3 months of nothing.
Yeah.
No movement. So yeah.
But just let us know. Just let us know. That's all we ask. But good on you. Congrats.
Since he's his partner in a lot of his decks, I like what Brad does where he has that chart.
Yeah, where it's at, and then it's like it highlights it or like checks it off. Like that's a great way of doing it.
I love that.
Even if you just send that as an update. Excuse me. I think that's actually a great idea.
Like that.
Yeah, and as we speak, someone just added more.
Nice.
As we spoke.
Not a lot of campaigns do that, and I think they all should. I'm not going to because that's a lot of work for me, and I'm just busy. But I think a lot of big campaigns should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Agree.
All right. So now let's move on to another campaign that actually just went live today. Our good friend Jamie, aka Bacon Wise, aka Curio Playing Cards, Botanica and Verdana Playing Cards. He just launched this. It's a beautiful campaign.
It's crazy.
First off, Jamie, you're a great person. We love you. Thank you for putting out some amazing decks, and we will always back them. Myself, I think the three of us will always back your campaigns, just because they're beautiful. You do such a great job with them. You collaborate with like the best artists. So, for example, this one is the same artist that did his Anatomica deck, and I think this is just a beautiful deck from start to finish. I think the campaign is great too.
It looks. Can we just talk about how it looks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it pulls you in
immediately. It's an immediate pull in.
I've seen some boring campaign screens. This is definitely not it.
It's bright colors. It pulls you in. It's like colors that are in vogue now, like those purples and pinks and greens. Those are the colors that are always, as Danny Vogue. Yeah. Let me stop. All right, so
move to the music.
That's a serenade for the week. So he just launched today. He already has 112 backers. He's doing a 21-day campaign, and he's almost at funding. He's already almost at 12,000, and he has a $15,000 goal. With what he's doing, that is still. I will
say he will fund.
Oh yeah,
he will. No, but that's actually a really good goal for what he's doing with this deck. It is a really good goal. But you see, even from the get-go, Botanica and Verdana playing cards, this one will grow on you. Crate, custom playing cards printed by LPCC. At least immediately, right from the get, you know who he's going with. The same people that did Ink Beast. Legends is doing a great job, especially with this deck, and I think with the registration that he wants on this deck, it's perfect to go with Legends.
And the foiling and all
everything.
All the detail.
All the bells and whistles, I think Legends is doing a bit better job than USPCC on certain things. But let's just go through this real quick. All right, right off the bat, I mean, this is why I like the story, what you're getting into, and the fact that he does these JPEG descriptors instead of having to write everything. If you have the time and ability, Dan, I'm not saying you because I know you're lazy and you don't want to do this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I try. But I think people who have the ability to do this, it allows them to, highlight their deck a little bit more than just having that standard template that Kickstarter gives you. And I think it's actually, he's able to, communicate what he wants to show off a little bit better.
I agree. Then you get a free flower.
Free plantable.
It's such a
plantable
card.
It's actually a really cool concept. I mean,
that's actually really cool. I didn't see that until just now. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And then the tuck box is the Botanica. I mean,
God, that looks so good.
That's just a beautiful
dark pink hot foil. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Dark pink hot foil.
You know, when I hear that, all I hear is bow chicka wow wow. You know, that's
I like how he carried his T style tuck cases in this one as well.
Yep, I think it's a great thing. I mean, then the Verdana, a beautiful. I wonder if the Verdana and the Botanica, if you do the T style, will they line up properly? That's a good question. Because the way they're sitting, if you look at it, this is on this side.
Look like they will, huh?
It almost looks like they will.
I think they will.
That'll be great if they do. And you know what? That's all on his designer for the deck, Amal.
Yep.
I think she's an amazing designer. Her work is beautiful. I mean, right here, the special edition.
Oh, looks great.
That's just a beautiful, beautiful deck. I mean, the purple is perfect on this one. Then he has Sprout.
Hot foil. Yeah. Look at this little Sprout.
As his mini.
Name. I love it.
I love this. I think this is.
I really hope that stretch gets hit.
I do too. I want this. This is just a beautiful thing. And then for Sean, these are going to be green foiled, green gilded. I'm kidding, Sean.
Yeah, right.
Love you, Sean. Love you. If you're watching this, Sean, I'm sorry.
Are you though?
Not really.
I love it though. I like how mini decks are becoming a thing, but they're becoming a thing for intricate decks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's not. No offense, Luke. It's not like this as a mini deck. You know what I mean?
No, it's actual intricate mini deck.
Like that Ink Beast mini deck. Like
my god! Like how? Like why? Yep. But it was great. So now the cards. I mean,
beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
This honestly is harking from the Anatomica. So it's like bringing the Anatomica. It's almost like Anatomica V2. It's like how they did the progression, which is great. And by the way, Jamie, if you listen to this, we would love to have you on the podcast. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Just saying. You know, you're getting all our money anyway, so you might as well talk to us. And then even the backs. I mean, this has that nice little, like, almost like a slight pinkish back, like an off pink color. But then when you go to the Verdana, he goes to the green.
Yeah. Which there's gonna be deck cuts of these ones.
Oh yeah. Can't wait for that.
That's special edition. See,
that's
okay. I'm not a fan of full bleed fronts. Okay, I'm not a fan.
But that purple,
I like it. I will get one. I will
it's
open
purple,
it.
and
I
it's
will play
purple
with
gilding.
Purple gilded.
It's just not my thing.
But it's also full bleed plus it's 3/4 one way quartz.
I really like Legends Viper Finish is same stock that the Wonder decks are printed on. And man,
yeah, and they're super
a beautiful thing.
I mean, but look at that
that gilding.
That gilding. That's beautiful. And now hold on, that's the Sprout minis.
Yep,
that is too damn cute.
They're like little people,
and they're also printed by Legends. So he's keeping everything with Legends this time.
It's the child version.
Yeah, instead of going with WJPCC, he's staying with Legends on this one.
It's probably better to try to stay with one printer.
If you can.
Yeah, if you can.
It features unique illustrations depicting the adolescent versions of the court cards.
That's awesome.
That's
so
awesome.
That is cool.
That is awesome. I can't. I'm getting this when it unlocks.
I really hope it does. Honestly.
And the fact that Amal, she does this great thing with all the spades, all the pips. They're so intricate, and they are perfect. I just can't wait. Imagine what he did. Remember with Anatomica, he did the coin and the sticker with the club. Imagine that as a sticker or a coin. That'll be amazing.
That looks so good.
I mean, definitely unique art style, but it just
100%.
works. It works.
Well,
it does.
What I like about it too is it's not, it's not like anybody else.
No, it's not.
It stands out.
It does.
You have a banger on your hand. You know.
Yes.
It's lit.
It is. And even the pips, all the pips are going to be custom.
Love
it. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Amal, you did an amazing job with this one.
That card back. I mean, man, that looks so good.
You know, this kind of reminds me of, honestly, almost reminds me of this reminiscent of like King's Wild, the Alice in Wonderland deck. If you just took it as a quick glance, just the colors almost.
Oh yeah,
just so crack.
I mean, it's just a quick little thing. It's not exactly, but hey. But here's the display box. This is really interesting.
Okay.
Okay. So FYI,
hands down, the best display box I've ever seen.
First off, it's done. First off, this is done by Carapace Creations. Second of all, that is the coin in the middle. You can actually. You could put the coin.
The acrylic insert that covers your decks and holds that coin. I mean, that is amazing. That coin.
That is. You have now set the standard for campaigns that have coins and 2 decks.
Yep.
Yeah.
The standard has been set,
and let's talk about. So this is a whole like kind of forest themed plants and everything. Smart play with the walnut display box. First of all,
very smart.
Thank you for not making it out of paper and cardboard like 90% of the other campaigns. Thank you for making one that's going to withstand shipping, withstand being on the shelf and being taken off and shown and opened and closed. And, you know what I mean? Like this is one you can actually have on the shelf and show people without worrying about it getting destroyed.
Yeah,
and it fits the campaign so good,
so perfectly, and just
it does. Part of me wants to get this, but part of me is like, be responsible.
I'm getting it. So you were talking about
you're gonna regret it.
You were talking about if the 2 decks would work together. So here you can see.
Yeah. I mean that
looks so good. That coin.
The bar has now been set.
Yeah, I might have to add this. Now scrolling down, here's the hand painted deck sleeve. I think
that is
this is really interesting. Yet it really disturbs me a little bit
because it makes you think of aliens.
Yes.
Okay.
It really does, and I'm like, is this a little bit of an overkill? For this, because honestly, you set the bar so good on this deck, on this display box. This sleeve, I'm like, is this a little bit of an overkill?
Well, here's the thing: is it overkill, or are you just kind of leaning more towards that because we haven't really seen anything like this before?
No, I'm like, I 100% agree with you, John. We haven't seen anything like this before, but I just think it's like, I understand where it's going to fit the theme of the deck. Mm-hmm. But like Dan said, it's reminding me a little bit too much of Alien, and I'm just like,
I mean, I can see, there are people out there that will definitely be all over it. Probably not my thing.
No, you know what? It's very unique. It's very different.
Unique. It's pushing the boundaries, which I completely 100% appreciate. Is it for me in general? No, but I appreciate it.
But it's you know what? On the flip side, there just so you'll have the 2 deck set with the coin here, and then you'll have the special edition in this tree. Boom, right next to it on the shelf. Boom. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It ain't for everybody. Would I get it if it wasn't in the bundle I got? No, I wouldn't. But I got the bundle that has it, so thank you.
So this is making it almost.
And then here you were saying, actually, you were just saying the Botanica family. Like, here's even the half brick box. That half brick box is
that looks so
beautiful.
Cool.
That is
the half so cool.
And then here's everything. So granted, yes, these will look all so cool next to each other. Coming from me, a person who has to be responsible and can't really afford everything, I'm like, I want this display box, but I don't think I really am going to get it. I got the coin. I don't know if I could push for this display box.
We'll see how you feel in 20 days.
If my funds
feel like I need to adjust.
If my funds are okay, then I might, but we'll see.
So Danny, you went with the mixed brick bundle.
This one right here.
You went all in, my friend.
I went in so hard that he messaged me 5 seconds after I backed it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I think
so. The one that Danny got, you get 5 of the Botanica playing cards, 5 of the Verdana playing cards, 2 of the special editions in DS1 clear cases, 1 hand painted deck sleeve, 1 walnut display, 1 collector's coin, 2 half brick boxes, 2 Sprout minis, and 2 sticker packs. That's insane.
It's insane, and I almost.
And I really shouldn't, but whatever.
And then he has the add-ons here, which are great. So this is what,
man.
See, so look, Chris, look.
That
get that little box right there.
Yeah. That looks fantastic. $30, man. I mean, dude.
Just the add-on. You know.
It could keep your 2 cards in.
We're terrible, by the way.
You guys are horrible.
Yeah, we're like Well, hey, I know you're sitting in an AA class, but do you want a beer?
Yeah, you guys are horrible. Oh, the hand painted.
It looks so
sleeve.
good though. I mean, man, Sorry, I'm back in the display box still.
No, this display box.
That acrylic lid just looks.
I'm now debating it. I'm like debating.
And again, who's done this? Nobody's done this yet.
No,
right? That looks so good. And it's going to look good whether it's open or closed. You know what I mean? So you can display it both ways.
To be honest with you, I really haven't seen the coin yet.
You're about to see it. You're about to see it. It's coming up. So here's the hand painted sleeve, the deck sleeve that's there, which is really interesting. And then the coin. Here's the coin.
2-inch coin. It's a big boy again.
Yeah.
That looks so good, right?
Full color.
His Ink Beats coin is my favorite coin I think I've ever seen in my life.
So it's gonna be epoxy. So it's gonna be full color, 2-sided. So he is coloring it, but it's gonna be epoxy sealed. So basically, to keep that vibrant colors. Yeah. So he's epoxying it.
This will be one for the the poker players out there who use dealer coins. If you collect these coins, this is gonna be one you're gonna want to bust out off the shelf and you can actually use it. Won't get beat up.
No, you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the colors fading. You have to worry about it because since it is epoxied, you're fine.
So wait, is this half brick box foiled? Sorry, I'm looking further down.
I'm
right
going
there.
to assume so.
There's foil on
embossing, bright green half foil. Does not include decks.
I like these doing free half brick box if you do 6 decks. That's kind of nice.
See, and that's a cool thing. Included free with any 6 decks.
Yeah, super smart, right?
Yeah. And then of course the extras to show what they cost.
I mean,
and
that's
then
great.
Here, see, this is where I like to see the stretch goals at the bottom, where you can see everything. So at 20,000, if he hits 20K, he'll get the sprout. If you do 22K, they get inner tuck foil printing.
Beautiful.
If you do 24K, the $5 sticker pack gets unveiled. And there's one to be determined that knowing Jamie, he has something up his sleeve and something that's going to be really sick and killer, and that we're all gonna be like, yes, please, we want like 5 of them. Which is going to happen. And here's I like the fact that he does this at the bottom. His project partners, of course, first person that he has to shout out is Amal.
Oh, of course.
Which, if you're not following her on Instagram, find
do
her.
it.
She's awesome.
And it's right here. At Amin. I'm sorry, Amal. I'm not even going to try this. I'm going to leave right there. Please, people, follow her. She's amazing. And again, if Jamie, if you're watching this, get them all. Please come on the podcast. It'll be fun to talk to you guys.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on.
Not moving. I'm leaving it right there, Dan.
It's Amin Kari.
I am an awful human. I do not follow her. I do now. I am so sorry.
It's so cool.
Sorry.
She spends a lot of time in Dubai, from what I can tell. She sees a lot of cool stuff. And what's really cool too, you can message her and ask her questions about her artwork, about the decks, anything, and she will always respond. Super nice.
And then after that, he goes into fulfillment partners, and of course, he's going back with SoCal. So, Henry, I hope you're ready for another crazy fulfillment.
Oh yeah, gangbusters. Dude.
I am sorry.
He doesn't have the T cases to deal with this time, though.
No, he doesn't. So it's easier for him. But he does have those deck sleeves. But then again, he could deal with those. Yeah. But then for Europe, he's doing Joku. UK, he's using just play cards. And then he actually decided to consider also Southeast Asia and Australia. So he's using Cardvolution. That's smart.
Is very smart. A ton of work on Jamie's end to coordinate all that. But, I mean, again, nothing a lot of creators don't do. And I know why, because it's just a lot of logistics behind the scenes.
And that's why I think that's why Jamie, him taking that extra step and taking that little extra, like, let me put a little more effort into actually taking care of the people that want to back my cards and back my campaigns.
I was going to say, if you want to know if your creator's invested in his own campaign, that right there.
That right there shows you. The fact that that right there shows that he wants to make sure wherever part of the world you're at, you're going to get your cards in pristine condition and not bubble mailered. Just saying. They're going to be in perfect condition. And then, of course, the production partners at the bottom, which is great. Playing cards, of course, Legends. That walnut display case by Carrot Case Creations. His creations are, his carrot cases are the best.
I think we kind of take him for granted.
I think we do.
Everybody has cases. Everybody definitely has the DS1 sleeves. I think we take him for granted of how he pretty much changed
everything.
collecting.
Here's
and if you watch this, also, we would love to talk to you. Just plugging that in every time. Plugging it in every time.
So one thing cool that I like about Jamie is his constant interaction during campaigns, outside of campaigns.
Yep. Always.
He jumps in chats on Instagram Lives. Yep. But if you scroll down just a little more to his special thanks, we're all actually listed here: Stu, Sean, Chris, Toon, John.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that.
Hey, look at that! I'm
like we're
oh
here,
shit!
Which is really cool.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize my name is there.
Yeah, mine, Danny's, Tones.
Fuck! I gotta update my thank yous. God damn
it! Yeah, I better be in that.
And then also, I mean, even for the photographer, look at that huge ass section.
Yeah, I think this is great.
Super cool.
I mean, people take for granted that photography and campaigns, and just having that skill set to have a physical prototype to get it photographed properly goes a long way in this. I mean,
well, his first paragraph here in Special Thanks: "It takes a village to raise a child. Because my baby, I can absolutely confirm I couldn't have done it without the amazing help of my project partners above, and thank my card friends in the community for their support and encouragement." Like, I mean,
that's awesome.
Come on, that's cool.
I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful campaign. I think Jamie's going to knock it out the park. He's already, like I said, one day in. We started at 11,000 with him, and now he's over 12K.
Yeah, he's already almost funded.
He'll fund.
He'll fund. And just to go over quickly the pricing on his, one single deck is $16 for a Verdana or $16 for the Botanica. So same prices. The early bird is $28 for a pair, which is the one that I got. But then, of course, it goes up to $30 after that. And it's just great. $58 for...
All good pricing.
All great pricing. Perfect pricing for what these are. And I think these two have suckered me into getting a display case.
Well, so here's the thing, right? So this is... I did not look the full campaign when I pledged right away. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna go with the same package Danny has.
Get it. How long do the early birds last on this?
It's got 15 more hours.
Okay, so it's 24-hour early bird. Okay.
So once we're done with this, then I'm really.
I have to debate that. I'm like, I might.
I haven't backed anything really heavy, other than Wadey's last one.
Yeah.
So it's.
Well, you know what? That leads us to yeah, Thursday. All right. So Jamie, congrats. Good on you. Good luck. We think you will fund. I'm gonna not say not gonna jinx anything. But we think you will fund, and congrats. Now, we're moving on to a very similar, I would say, style of campaign, or I would say a similar, I would say similar style. Not the same artwork, but very similar style is going to be the Wild Garden playing cards by Our Cards UK, which is our friend Russell.
Should we, before we dive into this, do a quick deck check?
You guys want to do a quick deck check? We could definitely do a quick deck check. That's fine with me.
Couple minutes.
I know. I switched. I know, Dan. Quick split screen.
Oh my god.
I switch it up. All right. So since Dan hasn't been here for reasons we all know, but
I have 4 decks next to me.
But we're happy to have you back. Out of the 4 decks next to you, pick one.
Oh well, that's easy. I'm gonna pick because I just got it in the mail. A Kickstarter fulfilled project by Mr. Luke Wadey, the Mono-Xero Chroma edition, the blue guys. I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said already about Luke? So, glad I got him. Can't wait for the next one.
Yep, the grid.
And can we get the red one soon because my display my display is looking a little weird. So let's just jump to the red ones.
That'd be great. Just get those.
Yep. How about you, Chris? What do you got?
I'm going to mirror Danny. I got the Luke Wadey Mono-Xero Chroma bundle, Chroma edition. I mean, this deck is just like everybody is just sick. Love it. Love this deck. I've ever since I got it, I've been using them.
Yeah, it is great.
What about you, John?
So I'm going to follow complete suit with you as well.
Can you tell me else just got him?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, like Danny said, what can you say that hasn't been said already? Luke's awesome. They're great decks. His fulfillment was awesome.
I just got to figure out what to do with all his signature cards and the top 100, the first 100 backers.
Either get a binder like I do, right?
I think I'm gonna get. I think I'm actually gonna get like a. I'm gonna get a frame. No, I'm actually thinking of getting a frame.
Oh, like you can frame like baseball cards and shit, right?
Yeah, like frame them on. In the frame.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. I'm texting myself right now.
That's what I'm thinking of doing. Getting a frame and then doing a whole doing like a 8x10 frame and just having all the cards there. And every time I get a new card, I can add it to it, so it's like perfectly spaced out and just put it that way.
Not to burn up more time on this, I went on the highest tier for this campaign.
Yep.
So I got like 32 decks, I think. And it's actually really cool when I backed first campaign because I ever backed on Kickstarter. I was really bummed I missed top 100 by 2. I was backer 102. Oh. And I think like 7 or 8 backers did not fulfill their pledge. So it dropped me into the top 100. Woohoo! Which is I was pretty excited about.
Nice.
So I got my name on a Wadey card.
This one I got very lucky. I was backer number 2 on this one. So I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah, I mean, it's been said time and time again.
He's an amazing person.
We love Luke Wadey a ton.
Yeah,
I love these jokers.
Yeah, but Chris, thank you. I'm gonna look into that frame. God, I didn't even think of that. Or John, sorry. Chris, whoever mentioned the playing card frame thing.
That was me.
Oh, it was definitely Chris.
I don't even remember, and that was 5 minutes ago. So I'm definitely gonna look into that because my mind is completely blown right now. Just makes
it a little. I saw that and I was like, wait. I just realized I have all these Wadey signature cards. I'm like, wait, how can I display them properly instead of getting like all these separate ones? I just want to hang it nice and beautifully on my wall. Perfect, done. I can put that right next to my Wadey display.
If you find a good one, send me the link.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm still gonna be looking, but I haven't picked one yet. But
would it be cool to do that? It'd be cool to do that with the art cards for decks, like because I have sleeves of all the decks I've cut. I kept the art card. It'd be cool to have something like that for slotting all those as well. So
it's like your own version of like an uncut sheet, but you just throw it on your wall. It's like an art display.
Yeah,
piece,
yep.
You know. All right, so let's get back to this little like, hey, what are we talking about? Boom. All right. Saw that.
No, you did not.
All right, getting back to our Kickstarter campaigns. The next campaign is one that I personally backed, and it's from a good friend of mine, Russell from Our Cards UK from the UK, actually. Russell's a great guy. He's honestly an amazing guy, big, bulky, bearded guy, loves cards. It's funny because him and I, we actually talk about weightlifting more than anything else because he's also a bodybuilder. He's actually a big, strong, brolicky, swole guy from the UK.
Sounds like we need to get him on
version of you.
The show here.
We actually joke around that we are like mirror images of each other. One UK version, one US version. Little side note, Russell, Stephen O'Neill, who we know as Beyond Playing Cards, and Ash Marlowe, who's a magician from the UK. They're actually going to be doing a UK podcast together called Deckheads. So I actually spoke to them, and now I'm trying to get them on the podcast here, to be like, hey, let's all talk. We're all bearded friends. We all love cards. We all joke around. And, it'll be fun to get all 6 of us on. Maybe James will be 7 of us on a podcast one day.
Keep pipe dreaming, James coming back. Just keep dreaming.
I'm hoping. I'm keep.
You know what? Enough about it.
I'm crossing my fingers for that, because I miss James on the podcast. I really do. John, we love you. But we miss James.
You're just another J substitute.
Yeah, you're just
John,
a substitute.
James.
Yeah,
just
you're
a
just
filler.
Exactly. Until James gets back, and then we kick you off.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know, right? I'm harsh.
Sheesh.
Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
So I did not back this. It's not my style. Though looking at the tut case, it makes me think of butterflies.
Yes.
Same.
It does. It makes me think of butterflies as well. This is the reason why I want to talk to him about it, because I'm wondering why he did this as his deck. I don't think it's his first deck. I think it's his second. Second created. I think his first one wasn't fulfilled, didn't get funded, but I was just wondering about this one. But I love the artwork. I thought it was a beautiful deck. I thought his designer did a great job. And it's basically a floral deck, which I thought was beautiful. Just the back design I thought was great. I mean, if you're on social media right now, he's friends with a lot of people, so he sent out a lot of prototypes to a lot of people, and because he's good friends with a lot of people, they've been helping him out and showcasing it, showing it off. And I love the design. It reminds me of my grandmother and my mother's house, like the old placemats, the floral, kitchen table placemats that you have for when you're eating dinner and things like that. It just brings me back to memories to when I was a kid. So that's why for me it was like, okay, I liked it. Simple tuck box, but like you said, very similar to the butterflies. But he's doing a inverted tuck box section, which looks like this.
Yeah,
it's a black and white.
I saw that. That looks pretty neat.
I thought it was beautiful. And he's doing the inverted version, which I did get one as well. It's the same cards, just inverted tuck. And I was like, yes, I want it. And all these tucks are handmade, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's the tuck.
Yeah, I'm with Danny. I didn't back this one, but I wasn't very familiar with it, to be honest.
It's just not my style.
It's not for everybody.
I think it looks great.
Yeah,
it's
not for everybody.
Oh, okay. I remember this for other campaign he ran. I remember seeing this deck around. Okay, I just had to go check to see because it was bugging me.
Yeah. So I mean,
I like those seals. I like that seal with the little bug fly thing there.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful.
Whatever that is, bug fly thing. Who's printing this thing?
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Did he say up top? No, he did not say up top.
He did not.
He did not. So Russell, might want to fix that. Just saying. But the back design, as you can see, it's just a wild garden, just basically flowers and just beautiful.
It almost looks like a paint, like something that you hang on your wall or something.
Yeah, and his artist that he used for this, she's I forgot her name, but she does amazing artwork as well. She does a lot of stencil work, and I went to her Instagram page and looked it up, and her artwork is beautiful. Reminds me of them all, honestly. Does remind me of them all. Granted, the quartz are standard-ish with slight customizations. I mean, very slight.
Which is good. Yeah,
which is good. It's good for gameplay, good for Magic. Very simple aces, with the ace of spades being very simple as a, what they call power ace. Nothing too crazy. Jokers, very simple jokers.
I like. I like the simplicity.
Yeah,
same.
That way you don't have to worry about what is what. You really don't. Then he has add-ons. See, the one thing here with the add-ons, I wish he would say, maybe give a little more description and the pricing for the add-ons here. Even though you're going to have it on your add-ons after you do your pledge, it's always good to show how much it will cost.
A little bit.
Yeah, right. A little bit more. And then go down here to printing and shipping. They'll be manufactured by Hansen Chien on their vintage stock with legendary finish. And then for shipping, he has Hansen Chien, SoCal, and Deals UK.
Perfect.
Actually, excuse me, not Hansen Chen. He's doing SoCal for domestic, EU by Deals, and the UK by himself. He's going to be self-fulfilling.
Perfect.
For the UK, which I think is perfect.
That's great. That's utilizing multiple partners. Again, a lot of work for the creator, but if you can do it, That's awesome.
Yep, and then a little special thank you, special shout out to it's and Jali Singh and Dani Arwan for their artwork. I've seen
that uncut would look nice.
Yeah,
on the wall.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It looks like a very short campaign. I do like the fact that he has a little bit more risk and challenges as far as like, hey, things, especially with COVID. That was the first point. With COVID still around and still in full swing, it's good to show that you're still taking that into consideration.
That should be your first thing on every single campaign.
Oh, 100%.
No matter what it is, playing cards, dice, whiskeys, things.
Doesn't matter.
Games, comics, whatever.
Doesn't matter. Just throw it up there.
COVID screwed up all the supply shit. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, I like it. If it was my thing, I totally would be backing it.
And price wise, let's see. I forgot the prices he put for these. It was $15 for a single deck. Which is on par for what's
Hansen Chen decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$27 for two.
This is pretty. He's right there with the ballpark.
Yeah. He's right there. He had some early birds, 2 deck early birds for $24 and 4 decks for $46. So he had some early birds there.
Early birds are great, and you should do them. You should just do them.
And he's almost funded. He's literally just under $900 or just over $900 to go. 2 weeks to go. Wish you all the best of luck, Russell. I think you're gonna kill it. But yeah, like I said, I like this deck. This is and Russell's a good guy, so I want to help promote him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
All right, now going from one great guy to another amazing great guy.
Oh my God! I don't. No, okay, it's time to suck off Danny. No, I'm just kidding.
now, how much can we jerk Danny off on this one?
Okay, so full disclosure here, I'm not going to lead this. You guys kind of lead it, and I'll be here to answer any questions.
Oh no,
or anything.
100%. And I will. You know, I think John and I will be very honest in our opinion on what we think of this.
This Danny guy,
You know, just this in-session playing cards guy.
Can't trust his shifty eyes.
So the first thing it's saying, I mean, of course, the headline, I think Danny did a great job saying what you are, who you're printing and fulfilling with, which is what I think is a great idea. But first and foremost, I think you've heard a little bit of a kickback, pushing this out there. My question to you is, why did you, because I think a lot of people are asking the same thing, why did you choose WJPCC versus USPCC for this deck?
Oh, yes, I've gotten quite a few questions about why I'm doing that, but mainly why am I doing it in the middle of a series?
Yes.
So my main reason is USPCC is taking so long, and it's not their fault, to print a deck. And then if you want to do some kind of custom on your tuck, that's just going to add even more time because you got to go find somebody else to do it, then have someone put them together and all that stuff. So it just adds time, which there's no problem with that. But I'm kind of going with a simple deck is what I want to refer to this series as. It's pretty simple. But I wanted to find a company that could do the tuck case and the cards all together in the same place.
Which is very smart.
I appreciate that. I think it's very smart. Also, being able to get this deck out early is a great thing.
To get it out quicker. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a great
without sacrificing too much quality.
No, and honestly, I don't think people give WJPCC enough credit. They've been doing a lot more better quality decks than what they used to do. Even a year ago, I think they're doing so much more and better. And if you have any questions, I mean, just look at Ink Beast Dark Beast Edition by Jamie.
Well, I actually, my main inspiration for doing this was the Gambling Frog.
Yes.
Right, the Notorious Gambling Frog and Cedars. Both of those were printed on the same stock, so
great.
I beat them into the ground, and they've held up really well. And I can keep the costs pretty low on this.
Which is great.
That was also that was kind of like a yes, it's a simple series, so I want to try to keep the price as low as I possibly can without killing myself.
So for all of you looking at this right now, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, this deck is not live yet. It's actually going live this Sunday, July 24th at 10 a.m. PST, so that's Pacific time. So that'll be 11, 12, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Sunday, July 24th. So we actually are watching a preview. We're getting a nice little preview of this. So this will be up in a couple days on YouTube. So you still have a few more days before it launches. So if you want to get a deep dive, watch this. And then if you have any questions, hit up Danny or hit up any of us, and maybe we could help you out, answer any questions that you might have. If Danny's a little busy, we can always probably help you out as well, because Danny's a bearded brother. We talk a lot about this. So let's go into depth on this one, Danny. All right, just going to scroll down real quick. First off, the story with awesome renders.
So I did not opt with a photographer this time. I went half renders and stuff I took on myself, and I'm not the greatest. So again,
looks great.
Look into
but you know what? That also shows expenses. But it's also rings true to the high school days. Like, we all in high school didn't have a lot of money. We all couldn't afford major things. So it brings back like those crazy the olden days. Like the fact that you started off with a couple pictures here, go straight into the story of it. Nothing too crazy, just a simple, concise story that we all, especially the older generations, can appreciate with the number 2 pencil. Having to fill out these Scantron sheets, which were a pain in the ass. And then it's worse when you have a long name, but then you also have a middle name and a last name to fill in on the Scantron, and then they cut off your name.
Yeah, they're like this big, and your name's like this. Yeah.
My name always ended up being Christoph instead of Christopher, because I couldn't fit the ER at the end. Yeah, always that way, always. But yeah, this brings back memories.
Yeah, and really, I went with the Scantron idea because usually the SATs they have you start taking them in junior year.
Yep.
Your pre-tests.
Yep. And I like the fact you did that right off the bat, and then I like the fact that you also gave a shout out to who your co-designer for this was, Mr. Darren Lee. And if you don't know Darren,
he will not take any credit, and that pisses me off.
He won't. Because Darren is an awesome guy, first and foremost. He's an amazing guy, amazing designer, amazing person in general. And if you guys don't follow Darren right now, go check him out on Instagram. Do it. You will not be disappointed. He's hilarious, funny. He's a great guy, down to earth, and he'll talk to you. So that's the most important part. So scrolling down, so a little, shout out, then going straight to the specs, talking about who the cards are printed with, the whole information, all the little nuts and bolts in there, then going straight to the tuck, which I think is amazing.
Man.
Gives you that loose leaf vibe, that loose leaf paper vibe, and then on the back having all those doodles that we all did, back in the day.
Yep.
I mean, that S right there, everybody in the mother did that S back in high school.
And they still do.
They still do.
This whole, and I'm sure Danny's probably sick of me saying this. I freaking love this series. The nostalgia feel behind it all. I've got, that's just some of them. They're not even all on my shelf. I've got the uncut sheets. I've got the gilded. I've got, I'm beating up the sophomore year, which if you haven't gotten his previous decks, go get, if you can track them down, get a freshman, sophomore, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, speaking of that, freshman year is no longer available at Murphy's. They're sold out at Murphy's finally. So some online retailers have them.
Yep.
I don't. I only have my personal stock left, so those are mine. So go find them.
So now
I don't have them.
I love this series, man. Like, if being an '80s kid, this is
perfect.
This is high school.
It reminds you of high school.
And the funny thing is, I hate school. So what the fuck am I doing? And I don't like one-way backs.
And you did one.
Year?
Yeah, you did one.
Back. Yeah.
It's so good, though, man. It's so good.
Well, Danny knows, like, one of the things, like, I don't have the only uncuts I have are Danny's uncuts. I have his freshman and sophomore year uncuts signed, and they're hanging on my wall. Now I have to get the junior year because now, since I have the freshman and sophomore, I gotta get the whole completion set. So this is the only uncuts I'm gonna carry. Danny's a good friend, so I'm like, I want to support. So I'm definitely going in for that. So I cannot wait.
Oh, I'm backing this thing heavy.
Oh, same. But then, of course, from the tuck case, now you scroll down, you see a little bit of the tuck case in its full form, unfolded.
Yeah, because
to show off.
The photos you see are the prototype.
Yes.
There are 2 slight changes to the final tuck from the prototype. That being my logo on the tongue.
Right there.
I haven't decided if I'm going to keep that green or if I'm going to make it black. Probably keep it green. And then the ad copy on the bottom.
Yeah, you have to have the ad copy. But besides that, I think it's a beautiful case. It's simple, can't go wrong. It definitely reminds you of a loose leaf paper notebook.
Yeah. So I'm going white matte.
Okay.
Tuck with that red line being in red foil.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Just to give it that little extra kind of pop.
I'm so pumped, dude. This is cool.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I can't wait.
It's just a small little customization I wanted, and that's another reason I went with WJPC, because they can do it all in house. I don't have to go third party just to get one red foil line.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right, now scrolling down to the cards themselves. First off, great pictures that you took, and giving that. I think this was all because of that pencil vibe. Whether it was the black suits or the red suits, you want to keep that pencil vibe going. Gonna be honest, for me, it's gonna be a little bit hard to use these in gameplay, just because you can't really distinguish the colors.
The photos are really hard to determine them. I'm gonna lighten up that red just a little bit on the final production. But yeah, with photos, it's really hard.
Okay. Yeah, because
really
honestly, from here, it's really hard to distinguish. But I trust you.
Yeah. So no, it's a dark red. I'm gonna lighten it up just a little bit, but the photos, there's just, for some reason, I cannot get the freaking red to come through on the photos.
It happens. Yeah. It happens. So showing off the court cards that Darren Lee drew, which are amazing. and then
can we talk
going
about
down
the Ace of Spades?
that
God,
ace,
spades.
that ace
So cool.
is beautiful. And then of course the Jokers. I mean, that brings back so many memories. You know, I remember back in even grade school, not high school, but even grade school, when you had the new like light up sneakers and you wanted to show them off, so you went up to the pencil sharpener and then you stomped your foot right at the pencil sharpener as you're sharpening to show them off. You know,
the worst part is when you're up in front of the class and you do that, and then you knock the shaving tin off,
Yes,
and it just makes a huge mess.
Yep.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh damn.
Really, I went up there to get my pencil sharpened to take a look at the cute girl in the front that I had a crush on.
Well,
there you go. That too. Now, as Danny always does, he always does like a little second edition in his campaigns. This one is going to be he calls it his college park. In sophomore year, he introduced it, which I thought was great. So this one is
that purple.
That purple in sessions playing cards, college park edition. Beautiful deck.
The story behind it was a lot of people during freshman year were like, "Why doesn't it have a border?" Well, because it's a one-way back and it doesn't really work with a border. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I do a high school series of local high schools where I'm at each campaign with NPC, and it's you know what? However many are ordered, that's how many I get. That's it. Just plain and simple. So I figured the second deck I'd go with the rival high school of mine, College Park.
Nice. And I like the fact that you kept freshman year design with a border, but just changed colors to keep that continuity. Like, you have a whole new junior year edition, but you want to keep the continuity of that, you know, the second high school edition. I think I've told you this before. The colors remind me of the California Raisinets. Honestly, that's the first thing I think of.
I heard that from the grapevine. Through the grapevine one time.
But yeah, honestly, but I think this is a really dope deck. I think the colors look great.
Yeah, for sure.
So NPC, and just like with the Alhambra, that'll be hand numbered by me, and this will be whatever. So like last time, I think like 80 people backed it, so I got a little extra because NPC sucks at shipping sometimes. So, and then I have to hand solo these all too. So it'll be hand numbered by me. But I'll order as many that are backed, and that's it.
Nice.
I left a little wiggle room just in case I reprint these later. They won't say Kickstarter edition. I'll change them just a little bit. But
nice.
Won't happen. But just in case.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, and then scrolling down, we have some add-ons here. And I like the way you did this with the add-ons, Dan. You know,
well, I'll be honest with you. I did that. I did the amounts. Like if you scroll up, it'll tell you how many are available of each add-on.
Yeah.
I did that more for me. But I figured, people should know. Like, I'm only going to sell 50 of my sophomore year decks.
Yeah.
Murphy's Magic still has plenty. 50 is about as low as I can go with my stock here. And then the rest of those gilded for the freshman and sophomore year gilded, that's all I have.
Yeah. But it's great to show that first and foremost, to let the people know how many are left. You're not trying to be like, hey, yes, it is a first come first serve, but you're being forthright and saying, hey, this is exactly how many I have left. That's all I can sell. I'm sorry. Yep. But then I do like this part right here where you actually, when you do, your add-ons, you're actually putting the price of each item there, so that way people know, hey, they don't have to wait to go to the add-on section to see the price of everything.
It's already here. I will tell you, there's no shipping add-on on these. That price is that price. That's it.
By the way, there's one thing I don't see here though.
What?
Uncut sheet.
Yes, you are correct. I am not going to be offering uncut sheets, just because of the way WJPC is. I'll be honest with you and everybody. I'm getting 5 because I get them for free. And the Cards and Beers people get them. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unless there's a demand, then I'll probably throw them in there, and then I'll probably handle the fulfillment on that because it's cheaper if I do it. But they don't really sell that well, but like with United States Playing Card Company, you can get 20. Now here, this is gonna piss off people who overpay for uncut sheets.
Fontaine.
You can get 25 of them for, what was it, like $100 or something? I think they're a couple bucks each or something. I can't remember, but it's super duper cheap.
Wow.
So I mean, at that point, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Get 25 of them, right?
Makes sense.
And then you come to find out that I ended up getting shipped like 40 freshman year uncuts, and only paid for 25.
It happens.
Now I'm stuck with a bunch of them. But anyway, so yeah, if there's a demand, I might add them on. But if not, then no, and they will just be shipped to the Cards and Beards crew. Sorry. And then I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I like how I have the locked things there on the add-ons. I just like that. Sorry.
I do like that. That way, it's not they're there. You're waiting for them to unlock, but they're there. But I like the fact that now here it's showing a little bit of the progression of like, hey, here's your freshman, your sophomore, and then here comes your junior year. Like all,
Just
you know,
a couple
of product photos, which I think is great. And then the stretch goals here.
Yeah, and you'll see those freshman year and Alhambra edition are missing.
Yeah,
we already talked about freshman and Alhambra. I've got like 5 dinged ones, but I'm not going to put that on a Kickstarter campaign.
No. But here I like the fact that with your stretch goals that you have here, you put what they are and the price they're going to be at when they unlock. So of course the half brick boxes at 10,000 to
only 1,000 over,
which is 1,000 over. Now the failed deck, which we're about to get into, we're going to talk about that in a second. At 14 grand, which I think first off I hope this funds because I want that deck. The free Ace of Spades sticker at 15K, which I think is great.
And then it becomes then you can so it's one free sticker per backer, and then it also unlocks if you want to buy more.
Oh, awesome! Then there's the Gilded Junior Year at 17.5, and then there's something special at 24,000 if you get that high.
So I don't expect it to, but I like to plan. And let people know I'm thinking that I have something.
Well, we already know between the Cards and Beards crew, and then of course just Stu. Stu himself is going to go deep on this one because it's Stu. I know. But I think now let's get into what they are. So here's the half brick box. It's locked until you get to 10.2. I think this is a beautiful half brick box.
I like to keep it simple, and again, WJPC can do it all in house.
That's perfect. And I think this is just a beautiful. Reminds you of the Scantron sheets. It almost reminds you of like how the Scantron sheets came in a box and you all picked one out. It's like
in that open box.
Yeah. So it's just like here. That I think it's perfect. I just can't wait. And plus, we're gonna get into also the pricing of your decks, and just the fact that this at the price you're offering for a half brick. Yep. We're gonna talk about that in a second.
And then if this gets unlocked, it's any combination of the 6 decks. Yeah, I know the College Park is completely separate from the other 2 as far as printers, but that doesn't matter. Any combination of 6 gets you a free one if it unlocks.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Now, here we go. The failed deck at 14,000. So before I get to the pictures, first and foremost, this deck was actually designed and co-created by our other Cards and Beards brother, James, a.k.a. Rotting Hands. If you haven't followed him, follow all of us on Instagram. All our Instagram handles will be linked in the description below. But James, like we said in the top of this video, happy birthday to you, man. Happy belated. This deck we're about to show you, I think, is a freaking masterpiece. I think James knocked it out the park with this one. I think he just took the concept, ran with it, and just created something that's beautiful on this deck.
That's pretty much what I did. I gave him like my thoughts of what I wanted, and then I gave him the keys.
So here we go. Now we're getting to the deck itself. This is the failed deck by James. So the one Danny's showing right now. So if you don't know, I think Dan has described this on his Instagram. The back design is actually all 3 decks combined into one back design. But it's a failed version. So of course we all know there's summer school. Kids fail from school, and Danny wanted to do something a little bit different. Wanted to, be like, hey, we're not all gonna always graduate. We always have to go to summer school. We might fail a year, but we have to finish. So this is like his homage to that.
And I wanted it to, and the goal was to have the back design kind of look ugly and out of place.
Yeah,
it's kind of a failure.
and honestly, James took it.
I think it looks awesome.
I think this deck is amazing. And then also,
and then just so we're clear, the red and silver on the back will be foiled.
Yes.
Okay, and the tuck case will also be all black, and then that'll be silver and red foil wrap around there. And then obviously the bottom where it says failed will be foil as well, and then they'll have a custom seal that will be numbered.
That is going to be a sick
But yeah, and then the faces are straight from sophomore year, and then they've been attacked, they've been altered. You know, as you can see in the photos there, and it's kind of hard for my camera to focus where I'm at up here. But they're all, and it's all black and gray.
That's awesome. It's gonna be a great deck. I hope this unlocks. I really hope this unlocks because I would love to see this deck in full force again. You know, I want to.
Me too, man. I'm so excited.
I want to pick up. I want to get a couple. I want to get a couple of these, honestly. And then this is going to be the custom seal.
That's the custom seal.
Oof.
Yep. And right now I have it at 200. If it ends up being popular, I could bump that up another 100.
Nice.
Without having to change the price. So
nice.
Just an option to have, you know.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And
James,
then, I mean,
good on you.
Yeah, James, thank you. That was awesome. It was great to work with him. And then the next one is, I think, one of my favorite aces I've ever seen.
This ace, which is the ace of spades in your deck. The sticker of this, Darren killed it with this design. This honestly speaks to every high school student known to man. Whether you're in high school back in the day, high school today, this is basically it's school.
Yeah.
Now, do you see the Easter egg he snuck in there? He won't take credit for anything. It's really hard for Darren to take credit. But do you see his signature in there?
Hold on, I will find it. He has his signatures in here?
Yep. Right above the LOL.
I thought that was his signature.
Yep. That's Darren's signature. So I'm glad he put it in there because that motherfucker won't take credit for shit.
That's
and he
awesome.
came up with the marking. Oh, this is a marked deck, by the way, and he came up with the marking system.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah. That's gonna be
fun. I like the. This is gonna. I like the size of it.
That's what she said.
Can I show mine?
Yeah. So John has a sticker. I offered up my prototypes to be purchased. A few people did, so I sent them some stickers along with the prototype as well.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like the picture is great, but man, when you're actually holding it, like
it came. The detail came out really well in the sticker. Sticker Mule is the fucking shit, guys.
Oh, Sticker Mule is amazing.
You know,
Sticker Mule is freaking cool. Amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, now junior year gilded. I mean, let's talk about that gilding. Talk about that gilding. That, I mean, granted, is this a render or is this like a?
Yeah, that's a render from Ollie.
Ollie kills it with his renders.
Yeah. So not like I put in here. I'm not sure what the final color will be, but that's going to be close to it, I think.
I mean, just that alone. I mean,
because I'll tell you, if I go, I want light green, and they're supply issues. It's going to wait 3 months. We're going to change it. I'll talking updates. You know what I mean?
Of course, and that's one thing you're good about, Dan. You always give updates with everything, no matter what.
And then I'll create a seal for it. I haven't completely finished it yet. So
nice. And then of course there's an unknown stretch goal lock that until 24,000. So that's gonna be interesting to see what that is. But then let's just get into fulfillment. Fulfillment, perfect right here. SoCal will handle the fulfillment, which is amazing. So Henry's going to be doing the fulfillment for international as well, right?
Yes, he'll handle everything.
Oh, awesome. So that way you don't have to worry. I mean, granted, we were talking about earlier about having different partners with everything, but when you have someone like Henry, who him and his whole family, they take amazing care of all their cards, and they've done international shipping.
Their packing is great.
It was a no-brainer. You know, it was. I didn't even have to think about it. I'm like, I fulfilled sophomore year myself, and it was a task. Of course, I had to cellophane everything, so that probably added to it. But I could totally fulfill it myself. But I'm like, you know what, Henry and them can get it out, in a span of a couple days to a week, as opposed to me doing it in like 3-week phases.
Yeah, and you know for a fact with Henry, it's more like, hey, he gets the gross boxes of cards in. He's immediately gonna get them sent out because Mrs. Cortez doesn't want those in her living room anymore, and then Henry's like, I don't want to argue. Let me just get it done.
And that was another thing. I want all those boxes showing up at his house, not mine.
But I think that's a smart idea. I mean, Henry does amazing shipping. Everybody trusts him worldwide. So you know what? Good on you.
And his green bubble wrap matches my deck.
There you go.
It's perfect.
Keeping it in theme. And of course, you have a little special thank you. The first one, of course, has to go to Darren.
Now I got to change it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. The first one definitely has to go to Darren. I mean, that without him, this deck would not be anywhere near the way as good as it is. And then of course James for that failed deck and just all the work that he does.
Yep.
Of course we always speak about Luke. I mean, it's Luke.
He's a great resource, man.
He's an amazing person in general. The Cards and Beards crew, thank you very much. Everyone, as we always say, this community is amazing. We wouldn't be able to do, creators like yourself or other people wouldn't be able to, put your artwork out there if it wasn't for this community in general.
Right.
And of course, your father, rest in peace. Of course, I love that, Dan. That's an amazing thing to have a little tribute to your dad. And then the little,
the risk and challenges will be expanded on before I launch. So,
for sure. But yeah, overall, I think it's a great campaign. And then, of course, we all have to talk about one big thing of the campaign. Campaign could look great, can be amazing, but at the end of the day, what's the price of the decks? That's the most important thing. I think that's what people are asking about all the time.
Amazing. So, let's just leave it at that.
They're going to be amazing. So,
Jeez.
Early bird, $8 a deck for one deck for an early bird.
Unheard of for a deck you can actually use.
Yeah, after that, it's 11. Crazy.
Which is still unheard of.
3 decks, $24.
And these early birds last a week, not just 24 hours.
That's insane. Then 30 for 3. And then here's where I was like, yes. $48 for 6 decks.
Under 50 for a half brick. And you're running a 30-day campaign?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be insane. I mean, just think about this, guys. If you pledge $48 and the half brick box gets unlocked, you get a free half brick box with a pledge of just $48.
Yep.
Like, that's a no-brainer.
And the shipping is pretty cheap. It's SoCal, so
yeah, it's SoCal. You're not gonna get great prices. And then what was here? The early bird for even 12 is $96. I mean, just under $100 for a brick of cards.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And you know what? These are freshman year campaign prices.
Jeez.
Pretty much, this is pretty much what I did. But yeah, I believe that if you can give the early birds cheap, do it as long as it doesn't hurt you. And then, I mean, even the after fact, that's why I'm using one printer.
Yep.
They don't. There's nothing against everybody that came before here because Legends decks are going to be a little pricier, but they're fucking fantastic. But my decks kind of don't warrant using Legends. You know what I mean? I don't want to overpay for stuff I'm not going to take advantage of.
No, for sure.
Because I did look into Legends, but I'm like, I'm not foiling this deck. So, senior year maybe, but I just wanted to kind of keep it as affordable as possible, and the goal is. Now, the goal might seem a little high for a WJPC deck, but I wanted that little bit of wiggle room to see if maybe I can get it shipped by air and get it out here quicker. So that's kind of my thinking with the higher goal. But, we'll see. Who knows?
But at the end of the day, but you're also being forthright about it, being forthcoming about it, and letting people know, which is the most important thing.
Plus, I gotta cellophane stuff and ship back and forth between Henry, and I just gotta cover a little bit of that. But my goal is that if I can get a really good, decent funding goal and I can afford it, I'm gonna airship that shit. You know what I mean?
Yep, get it here fast.
It's a pipe dream, but that shit's expensive.
Yep.
But yeah. Well, so there you go.
But Dan, you know what? First and foremost, good on you. Great.
Good luck,
looks
man.
like a great campaign. Good luck. Hopefully it funds. Knock on wood. You got the whole Cards and Beards crew. We're all going to be backing it.
Oh,
that's for damn sure. That half brick price, I mean, you can't beat it. $50, just under $50 for a half brick. Sign me up. That is going to be immediate yes.
Well, I appreciate it. So, and then just a quick little word. Like I appreciate that all the support from everybody because I'm doing a deck series that completely changes deck to deck, and that is kind of risky if you think about it. Because I'm not a big guy, well, I mean, I am, but but just changing, deck to deck is kind of a risk, I feel, and I'm fingers crossed for this campaign.
Yeah, we're gonna be, we're gonna be rooting for you. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I've had this deck done for almost a year, so I'm ready.
Yes, 1 week to go. Remember, guys, July 24th. 10 a.m. PST. This will be launching on Kickstarter. You'll be seeing it on social media a lot. That's for sure.
You will.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now we just got a couple other, campaigns we want to talk about. Something a little bit different, still game related, but maybe a little bit different. My thing that I picked was, I think you guys have seen it. I'm a dice guy. I think John and I think we're both dice guys. We like nice dice. This is the Giant Metal D20 dice number 2 by Dark Dice Elf. I came upon these guys. I actually wanted the new giant dice. I found them on Etsy, and I love their products. And went to their website, and I was floored at how amazing everything looked. And just the dice itself was just a huge, perfect-looking die that works exactly for what I needed for the tabletop games I play. And these are going to actually be made out of metal. And
these are the giant ones, right?
Yes, these are. You'll actually see a little bit of a comparison size shot in a second. How big these are. So Dark Elf Dice is a little bit, fun little gameplay. Website they launched in 2020, but they're great. So they have different colors. So basically, when you back one, I thought of you when I saw this, Dan. When you back even just one, because first off, they're $20 a die, but they're giant. They're made from metal. But when after it funds, you get to pick which color you would like.
And only $5 shipping for that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so
$25 for one dice.
Yep, $25.
I think they come with
a bag. They come with
a velvet bag.
Yep,
too.
they come with a velvet bag. They come, all packaged. Even mine, the one I bought, came with a velvet bag as well. But they have the green and yellow. They have this one called Divine Favor, which is almost like a.
Good.
I like that one too.
So something for. Yeah, mine. This one was.
That looks good.
I was actually going to try to get this one, the Silver Dawn, because I like silver and like turquoise. So for me, that was like
that. Yeah, I like that one too. The pink one, I feel like the outlines shouldn't be white. Should be something a little different.
Yeah.
To make that pink pop more. This one's just too busy. I like it, but it's too busy. I like that one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, this one was my personal favorite. And of course, they have a little bit more. You're going into like the D&D Dungeons and Dragons style themes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have all these. They have all these different colors.
I like that one too.
And as you can see, this is how big they are. So you can see a person.
Oh yeah, that's.
Then they have a mystery. So here comes. So this is what this is. So the big one's 33 millimeters in diameter. Normal 16 millimeters. So double the size, double the weight, and plus it's going to be from metal, so it's going to be heavy. So it's going to be a nickel and
bigger
zinc.
Than a ping pong ball.
Yes. So it's nickel and zinc composite. Almost 5 ounces. So almost half a pound. Which is amazing.
Nice.
Which I think is great, and then the shipping is great. I mean, $5 for one, Canada 13, worldwide 15.
I mean, even worldwide, that's still pretty fucking good.
And they're hoping to get it done by December.
Okay.
So I'm like, perfect.
Awesome.
Well, cool.
So
I backed one. I'll get that green one.
Ah, nice.
I'm curious. I don't have dice, but that's a
for
decent price to check.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I love dice. I think they're great. And like I said, they're already fully funded. They had a $5,000 goal. They funded. They went 2 days ago, and I think. If you haven't seen these guys, they have some cool stuff online as well. They have other dice as well. What they do actually really cool on their website is they have things called factory seconds. So sometimes the factories print them off, like they're a little bit off-putting, or there might be like a chip, or it might be a little scratch or something from the factory. So they mark those down and still sell them, but mark them down more. So that way,
like SoCal Bargain Bin.
Exactly, and you can even get like giant ones for like almost half the price.
Cool.
So I was like, oh shit.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, and now the next one that is here, I think John, you talked about this one.
Yeah, we don't have to go too far into it's a lengthy campaign.
People, holy shit!
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's. Sorry, I don't have my computer up in front of me. I want to say it's like $40 something for 7, and I believe they glow in the dark. They look kind of like they're smoky almost. The backstory behind it is essentially a planetary kind of story where there's like an exploration to find. You'll have to just go check it out. It's a pretty lengthy story, but it reads really well. I can understand the concept behind it.
Okay.
They just look really cool.
Oh, hello.
And they're not. I mean, for a set of 7, they are not expensive, and I believe they're acrylic dice. I have acrylic dice. personally, and
yeah,
you know, they're kind of game specific for what you do. I like dice for playing with, but also as just having it on the shelf.
That's kind
of cool.
Yeah, but they're not expensive at all. So
that's cool. Let me
really
see
cool.
real quick. How much are they? Yeah, $38 for a kit.
Yeah, 38 for 7, and you can pick. I think there's 3 different colors. So
nice. I like that blue. Yeah, and then there's that blue one. Looks really cool.
Yeah,
and then red.
That red looks.
It's like a sapphire, almost like a burgundy red.
Yeah, so you know, if it catches your eye, go check it out. It's a lengthy campaign to read.
Oh, but look how it glows. It's so weird. The contrast of colors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
It is really cool. So yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's your thing, go check it out. Like I said, lengthy campaign, so it would take us a while to go through it all. But if you're looking for just
you can tell.
kind of a different set of dice,
definitely
for an affordable price.
Definitely popular. I mean, 1,300 backers. I mean,
and they still have over 2 weeks to go. So
yeah, good on them.
Yeah, they're doing very well.
Yeah, those are nice. I like those. Those are pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think those were some cool campaigns.
Yeah, Danny, I'm looking forward to your deck, man.
That's gonna be a fun deck.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see it kind of unfold.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm excited. I'm nervous now that we're bigger. We'll just bring that.
Yeah.
Come on, you fucker.
Focus.
Anyway, here's a blurry version of the failed deck.
Put your hand behind it.
Yeah, don't forget Sunday, 24th, 10 a.m.
There we go. So there's your sophomore year King of Hearts with the all monotoned out, and then the failed on there.
That's so cool.
So all the court cards are kind of like that. So
that's gonna be fun.
Yep. James did awesome. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think we had a good little talk here, guys. A good little Kickstarter talk.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Back.
Cannot wait. Welcome back, Dan.
Yep. Yep. Nice to see that ugly mug again.
Hey,
And on that note, guys, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, have a good one. Goodbye. Bye.
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 Bye.